All right. Let's get this over with as fast as humanly possible. Milan lost again 1-0 to Inter. Even if they didn't lose, even if it was 0-0, I mean, this was somehow even worse than the first leg. Just, I'm sick of. I'm not even gonna try to talk about that. There's not enough that happened in the game to talk about it. Brahim missed a chance. Leao missed a chance. Other than that, that was pretty much it. I mean, there's nothing going on anywhere else on the pitch. It was turgid. It was turgid, and I think that's the end of Pioli. And I don't say that. I'm really unhappy about having to say that. Like, I know there's a lot of idiots who want to celebrate his demise or whatever. I don't know how you can turn on a guy like that, who's done so much for the club, who took over when we were really in the pits of fucking hell. Like, but I think too much focus is put on tactics sometimes. But your absolute number one job as a manager is get the right selections. Put the right 11 players on the pitch. That's the first thing you can control, right? That's the absolute first thing, the main thing you can control. Because tactics change within the game. You know, what your tactics can be perfect, but the other team counteracts them well, and it doesn't work. Putting the right 11 players on the pitch is the first thing that you could do. And it was the defining quality of Pioli. In his first two and a half, I would say, seasons at Milan, it was his defining quality. It was his ability to always put the right players on the pitch, to always make the right substitutions. That was his defining quality in the first 2.5 years of his Milan stint. And this year, it has regressed over, and it's just gotten worse and worse and worse as the season goes on. I mean, today, he just made... I'm sorry, but, like, you cannot, under any circumstance whatsoever, put Junior Messias on the pitch. You just can't. Like, it's just... And to start him in a game of that magnitude, knowing what you just knew what he was going to give you. You knew exactly what he was going to give you. Nothing more and nothing less. It's just... You can't come back from that. I don't think there's an avenue to come back from picking the wrong 11 time and time again over the past few months. Resting players when they shouldn't have, when those games should have been prioritized. It's just too many mistakes in such a period, and it's cost us too much. If this team was in third right now, or even fourth, if we had top 4 in our hands, I wouldn't be saying any of this, because then it would have cost us not everything, but losing out in this game, in this tie, the fashion that it's happened, and losing out in top 4 in the league. You can't combine those two together. Those two can't go together, because I really could have lived. Okay, we lost in the semifinal and we got top 4. I could have lived with that. I totally could have lived with that. Because we won the Scudetto last year, and you're like, hey, we advanced way past what we thought we could have in the Champions League, and we still maintained top 4. Cool, I could live with that. But to lose out on both, no, that's just too much. The players, there's just I'm not going to say an overhaul, because an overhaul suggests that you just have a bunch of bad players, which is not what we have. We have a core. We have a core that we can rely on and go on again next season, but we have 8 to 10 players that just have to go, you know, from top to bottom. Tato Rossano he's going to go, but he has to go. Dest is already gone. You've got Gabbia. Probably you can turn him into profit. He can stay. It's fine. Whatever. Branks has to go. There's no way you can pay off that loan. You can use that option. No way. He's got to go. I would say Pobega if possible, because that's pure added value. If you sell him, and he's a starting level CM midfielder, no doubt, but not here. He can go. Messias, he has to, like, no excuses whatsoever. He has to go. You gotta negotiate the price on Brahim. 15 million, and it's a go. And he has to be a backup. Anything more than that, and he can go back to Madrid. CDK, I don't know. I'm guessing they're gonna give him a second season. I'm assuming that, but I've seen enough where I'm done. So if you can get your money back, I would do that. But they're going to give him another season, I'm assuming. Origi, he can go as well. He can go for sure. We signed him for free, so anything we give is added value. Sell him. Rebic has to go. Giroud can only be the break in case of emergency striker. Anything more, and it's a problem. Anything more, it's a problem, and it's a problem. There's just so much that needs to be done around the squad. But the positives is that we have Mike, we have Tomori, we have Chow, we have Karulu, we have Teo. I'm not saying all those guys are going to start together. We have Calabria, we have Tonali, we have Benasser, who we just actually found out that he's going to be out for 6 months, which is devastating. But we have Krunic, who's a good fourth option in midfield. You get one more guy who's better than him, and you've got a really good midfield. You've got Leao, and that's a core that you will be able to compete with if you have a good summer. If you replace where it needs to be replaced and strengthen what needs to be strengthened, you go again. We're not a million miles away. It looked like it. It has looked like it in the past few months, but talent-wise, we're not a million miles away. This video is just not going to be very long. I really don't want to talk about this game too much, to be honest. So yeah. I hope Inter get absolutely railroaded in the final. I hope Madrid and or City put 5 through them. And yeah, other than that, I don't know. I guess at this point the season's basically over. All we can pray for is that we win all 3 of our games, which doubtful, and that Lazio drop points in 2 of their last 3. Also doubtful, seeing as they have a very easy schedule. And other than that, I guess see you when I see you.